Okay. What's up, everybody? How's everyone doing? Come on, chat. Chat is dead lately. What's up, R4 Corpse? K, what's up? Got G, got I don't know what that means, bro. Good thanks, Corpse. What's up, Fred? I'm Tom, bro. Okay, so we do have news in 5-6 minutes here. We got some CAD CPI, which could be interesting. But we do have some USD news as well. Sorry, I'm blasting tracks here in my ear. Okay, so you got news for the dollar in 4 minutes. You got core retail sales, Empire State Manufacturing, retail sales. Overall, dollar holding this bullish structure very nicely. I think even if this news does come out negative for the dollar, you need to be very careful and understand that we are, like I say, still holding this bullish structure. So if that news is coming out negative, you could see moves down on the DXY, inevitably setting up to continue moving bullish. So if we're looking at gold, gold is a bit tricky. So gold is at these higher time frame lows, right? That 1903 was quite a significant level. That was our TP yesterday, which got tapped perfectly, and price had quite a strong reaction right there. Now we're just ranging in and around that 1903. The way prices moved down throughout the day, very choppy, no volume. We got Fed meeting minutes tomorrow. You know, maybe markets are waiting for that. Although this is not normally a big market mover, unless there's new information being brought to the table. You know, it's not something that I would normally stream or anything like that. I don't think it's worth staying up for, but like I say, maybe the markets are waiting for that news to be released, and you can just see very low volume. I would expect New York to heat up after the news, closer to NYSE. Just based off of the price action, I can see moves up from here. That doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to be looking for buys, but the way we're moving down so slowly, I think you need to grab some liquidity. So, like I say, this is quite a significant area down here at 103, even 1900. You know, we could even come down into 1900 and see rejections there to, like I say, get those deeper pullbacks to maybe 1910, maybe even a little bit higher. That same area of interest as yesterday, 1912, 1913. But I think you just got to take it as it comes today. I'm expecting volume to kick up. 2 minutes here until the news. No trades before the news. I'll just wait for the numbers to be released. See what effect that has on price here. If that news comes out bad for the dollar, so we discussed this scenario where news comes out bad for the dollar, we get a pullback on the DXY. Then what I could see on gold is, like I say, those pullbacks to even 1908, maybe a fake out of 1908. But then at that point, you would want us to tap into 1910 as well. So something like this. Move up with news, grab liquidity, break back below 1908. Looking for those sells down to 1900. Something along those lines, but just gonna take it as it comes. Um, you know, being at these lows, we could even adapt to some bar ideas, but overall, I think I would want us breaking and holding above 1908 at least for some bars, then up to potentially 1912. Um, Overall, man, I'm more bearish though. I am more bearish. You can see on the daily, you know, we closed bearish yesterday. I said if we could close below 1907.5, today's going to be easy. But we didn't close below 1907.5. We closed right at that level. So that's not really a clean enough closure for me. Regardless of the fact that that candle's so bearish, we're still in this area of rejection. We broke the low of yesterday's candle. You didn't get a continuation now, although there was news, so not surprising. Okay, there's the news. If we are getting straight bearish moves with news, that's fine too. Same story as yesterday, just need to wait for a pullback. Pullback on the 5. Pullbacks to 1903 will be beautiful. Possibly even looking to come down into the monthly lows here at 1893. 1895 is also a target. We'll see what sets up below 1900. You know, you may not get pullbacks all the way to 1903, but if you keep pushing here and then you get a pullback to 1900, we get a nice resistance form there, confirming that volume's coming back into the downside. Can look for something like that. Overall, just at this point have to wait for some structure to form. Could even pay to wait for the 4-hour candle close, wait for NYSE to give you that pullback to 1903. Depending how far we push down here, NYSE could give you the pullback to 1900. So we're just going to be patient. DXY holding that 103 level, pushing up. Numbers must have been relatively good. Okay, core retail sales good. This was bad. Bit of mixed numbers. But we'll just follow the price action now. We do have this positive core retail sales on our side for the sells. You know, just similar scenarios yesterday. When you got this volume and you're not in the move, just be patient. You know, most times you're going to get some sort of pullback, and if you can get that resistance being formed, see that bearish momentum coming back in, you've got a really high probability setup on your hands. So nice strong move down here so far. Nice to see that there's some clear volume, nice one-sided movement. Just gotta wait for, like I say, some structure to form. Yeah, that Empire Manufacturing was quite a bad result there. I don't know if you guys see, I put the stream record there. I saw some other New York streamer with their lifetime record on the stream, so thought I would just give a young flex. Started streams April last year. Lifetime record for the streams, 4,600 pips. It's basically half in 3 times longer. You know it, bud. You know it. So yeah, this could be a rejection in this high time frame zone. You know, we just got to zoom out here as well. This is such a significant area here around 1900. So I wouldn't be surprised if that move down is just grabbing some liquidity to, you know, get some moves to the upside here. That's why I say I wouldn't mind adapting to buys. Would need to see us breaking above 1905 or 1908. Maybe waiting for the 4-hour close. Yeah, if the 4-hour close is bullish above 1905, we're looking good for some buys potentially. In 3 years, we'll have 15,000 pips. I think so. I think with New York, it's gonna go crazy. Because just consider if I were trading London session the last 2 weeks, right? This is London session. Not much happened. London session has just been very choppy lately. I don't really see any way I would have squeezed out 150 pips in London session in the last 2 weeks. So New York is definitely the place to be. And for anyone new wondering why we're talking pips, I think just from a streamer's perspective, I think it's a really good way to keep track of things. Because if you knew and you come in and, you know, if I had a record here and I said, okay, I've made $50,000, what good is that to you? If I say, okay, I made 20%, what good is that to you? We're all using different levels of risk, different lot sizes. So with pips, you can take your lot size and multiply it by however many pips to get an idea, at least a rough idea, what your return would be. Not that I'm promising returns or anything. At the end of the day, this is my trading. These are the trades I take. There's disclaimers on the channel. You know, this is not financial advice or anything. But like I say, just to give you an idea of the record there. I mean, if you were using a 1 lot, following the stream since last year, you would have made, what, $46,000? That's not bad. 750,000 billion. So you got a pullback and a retest of 1903. 1 minute is quite aggressive for me. I'm staying away from the 1 minute these days when it comes to news. You know, last year it was amazing. This year I've got clapped a couple times trading the 1 minute with news. So we'll take it slow. We'll wait to see what the 5 minute price action does. Like I say, also with this move down, coming back, closing back above 1900, I'm concerned that these are rejections here. "20 minutes until the 4-hour close." That should tell you quite a lot, the 4-hour candle close. Con, yeah, I'm streaming New York permanently. I've made the change. London's too slow for me. Uh, I think it suits my, I want to say personality, but I think it suits my style a bit better. It's a better fit for me. You know, I want to be in and out. I don't want to sit in positions. I've tried it. I've tried swing trading, tried holding trades for longer. And, you know, that's not to say it didn't work, but it's just emotionally taxing. So I actually had a look at this this morning when I saw that we had pulled back deeper here yesterday. And I was thinking of ways how I could have got into these sales coming down. And you know what I thought about it? I thought, fuck that. I wouldn't want it to have been in those cells. Right? This wasn't my move, it wasn't in my time. And if I were in those cells, how long did that take to play out? You would have held it through the night. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hours. We caught that same move in 15 minutes in New York session. Maybe not 15 minutes, but you know, like I say, I want to be in and out. So that's why the streams are also starting a little bit after New York Open. When things start to clear up, when volume is, there's cleaner direction, you know, and you can catch some nice moves like this. Don't waste your whole day on the chart. There's more to life than trading. Yeah, these are rejections here. Also, the other thing is, if you're wrong, you can find out very quickly. In New York session, you know, if this trade would have gone against me, I wouldn't have sat in drawdown for too long. My stops were like 16 pips. You know, if I'm wrong, I want to find out as soon as possible. I don't want to sit in drawdown for 2 hours. That's happened so many times in London, and it's it's draining. It's flipping draining. And I'm not saying that these sales were bad sales. I'm not saying that these were bad sales. These were beautiful, based off price action, made a lot of sense. I'm just saying, personally, I don't want to be holding trades for so long. But it made a lot of sense. It was a beautiful trade. If you took it, Betium, well done. Nice trade. It is a very nice, clean trade. I was gonna say if this 15 could close above 1905, and then on the 5 minute you get like a weak bearish candle holding above 1905. So let's just say you had something like this. Let's just say that was your bullish candle closing above 1905, and then you had a weak bearish candle like that. I could look for something like that. It's quite aggressive, but we'll just see. I think it's probably best to wait for the 4 hour here. This is quite choppy in between 1903 and 1908. Yeah, I don't think this is a wick to be filled. Not today. I think this is a rejection, yeah. Unless we close below 1903 in the next 15 minutes, then that's a slightly different story. What's up, Nico? This could have even been your pullback from the news to still come down. It's just this is choppy, this range. This is so choppy now. So I'm just gonna wait for the 4 hour. Guys, I'm gonna come back now, right? There's 11 minutes for the 4 hour close. I think that'll be safest for us to wait for the 4 hour candle. Breaking above 1905 here. So this could be the beginning of that move to the upside. Right now what I'm seeing is that we've seen rejections in and around these higher time frame lows, and you're starting to see some nice clean bullish volume. You got a lot of noise to the left, but we're getting these big bullish 5 minute candles showing that, like I say, that bullish volume coming in. So even if we do continue to push here before the 4-hour close, it's as simple as waiting for a pullback, a retest of 1905 or 1908, once you start to break above some of these levels on the new 4-hour. Anticipating that we're coming up to about 1912, possibly even 1915 today. There you had it close above 1905 on that 5 minute. So you may even get that setup I was talking about on the 5. But I think it's best to wait here those 10 minutes. Just give me 2 seconds. Yeah, it's choppy. Choppy. So you got some whipsaws from that news. Down, up. If you're holding below 1905 here, it's going to be a tricky session. Maybe NYC could give you something a bit cleaner. But this is looking like it may be a fake out of 1905. And then you may be still looking at that wick fill. But the 4-hour should tell you a lot. So our 4-hour candle closing above 1905, that looks good for the buys. Below 1903, good for the sells. Just got to be patient, wait for some cleaner price action, cleaner direction. You don't want to rush into anything now. It's just super choppy. Ugly range. Even if you could wait for the breaks above 1908 for the buys. But I don't mind above 1905 because, like I say, if we get closures above 1905, that's just showing me holding this higher time frame, these lows here. And I think that initial move down with the news grabbed a lot of liquidity. You may even get a push on the new 4 hour if you close above 1905. Yeah, price is all over the place. SABR, what's that? Patience. Patience. So your 4 hour candle just closed. We closed above this level at 1903. 1530, we're closing bullish. Hourly was bearish below this support here at 1904. Yeah, you could be in for that wick fill. So this was kind of a setup that I was talking about yesterday. When you get a bearish candle off of an area of interest that you're looking for sells from, next candle closes a weak bullish candle, and then the next candle breaks those lows. You know, just going based off of the setup, the idea of filling this wick, fake out from 1905, you know, you could see something like this, but I wouldn't mind seeing a nice clean push here in the beginning of this 4 hour and then see what NYSE does. I'm not going to take anything off the rip here on this 4 hour. It's just not the most clear. I could see this downside move playing out, but it's tough. It's very tough. I'm not gonna have confidence in those sells right now. If you could get a 30-minute candle closing well below 1903, and then at NYSE you get another pullback to 1903, then I could be interested in those sells. But I mean, for now, the previous 5 did even close bullish. So yeah, we broke the low. But depending on how this 5-minute candle closes, if it closes bullish, then that's just confirming that this is a support. And this 1903 is holding. And you may see that move coming in here. In fact, I would be more interested in those bars. Chop, 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 choppy. Your 5-minute close below 1903. You could get a push to 1900 now. Gives you about 20 pips. And then if you're looking for that wick for, it's about 55. Okay. This is more what I want to see. Yeah, I like this. I like this. I'd like to wait for this 5-minute counter to close. I don't want to take entries on the break of these highs or anything. Stops are going to be pretty big. 30 to 40 pips. Let's wait. Like I say, I'm more interested in the buys off of this higher time frame rejection zone. With that move down, in my mind, this just grabbed liquidity to move up for the session. So, you know, if you're getting a strong bullish candle here on the 5 off of 1903, you could start to get pushes up to 1910. But price is really all over the place. So you just have to be patient. Good volume here. Yeah, chat. I'm gonna give these bars a shot. Stops are about 25 pips. So as we break those highs, previous 30-minute highs, I'm getting in here. Going based off of the 1-minute structure for stops. Like I say, looking to come up to 1910 at least. It's a little bit more of an aggressive entry here. But there's nice volume at the moment, so I'm gonna give it a shot. Stop loss at 1903. You have closed above 1905 there. So as long as we hold above 1905, we look good here. 1908 is a level you want to be careful of. But like I say, I am expecting us to break out of this area. And if we are to move down later in the session, I would want to see at least a fake out of 1908. So I'm anticipating us to come up to 1910. Looking to have runners to 1912 and 1915. 'This is also a counter trend trade idea. Keep that in mind. Higher time frame is more bearish. So this is counter trend. So at like a 1-to-1 risk to reward, yeah, I'll go break even and probably secure partials. $15 minutes closing in 2 minutes. Looking like, you know, we should close quite nice and bullish there. Of course, the new 15 could give you pullbacks, could give you a bottom wick. As long as we're holding above 1905, I'm very happy here. Don't really want to see this 5 flipping bearish though. Follow almost at support. Yeah, moving down nicely there though. As long as we close above 1905. Also, if you want a safer stop, you know, you could have it below these lows here. But that's an extra 10 pips. I don't feel that is really necessary. Because we've already had some sort of pullback here. So you don't really need to see another pullback. You had this bullish volume on these 2 candles here. Pullback to 1903. Nice bullish volume on that 5. You're anticipating this volume to continue. NYC is the only thing that could really throw a spanner in the works here. But if we can get that push, go break even before NYC, we should be alright. You know, we closed bearish on the 5, but you need to look at the 15 as well. We closed very strong bullish there. No bottom wick on this current 15. I think that's just showing that we have a lot of bullish volume here. Biltong. Looking like a biltong. As long as this candle closes bullish on the 5. If it closes bearish, then that's also just an opportunity to start managing the risk. Would have liked a little bit more of a push. Could just be coming to get the bottom wick for the 15, maybe a tap of 1905. You got a minor bottom wick on the 15 now. If we re-break the highs of these candles here, we should be good for that push. Okay, there we go. Re-breaking that candle high, looking for that push now to 1909, where I'll go break even. Gonna stream FOMC tomorrow? Nah, not worth it, man. It's just meeting minutes. They're just revising what happened at the previous FOMC meeting. I know the last FOMC actually did have a decent little move. But most times you're only really going to see amazing moves if there's new information being brought to the table. So I'm not going to stream on a possibility that something happens. You know, even FOMC itself these days is really not even worth streaming. So we didn't really get that push there. Let's see how this 5 closes in 30 seconds. If we close bearish, I'm gonna get out full position. I'll close. As long as we close bullish, I'm happy. But you got 10 minutes until NYC. So I need to see this 5-minute closing bullish. Okay. I know 1908 is a problem here to the left as well. But like I say, with volume, I'm anticipating that we smash through this area. Breaking that 5-minute high, you know what I'm gonna do? Manage the risk. I'm gonna put my stop loss below that bearish 5 minute. So it's just a extremely small stop, like 5 pips. If you want to be safe, you can put it below 1905, 1904.5. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. 1904.5. No, chat, I'm gonna take a break even on this, to be honest with you. I'm gonna close out full here. I'm gonna bitch out. I don't like it. We got 10 minutes until NYC. It's not giving the push I wanted. And like I say, that's the thing about trading in this time. You're gonna know very quickly if you're either right or wrong. And I think that, you know, I may be off with the timing. It is tricky taking trades between the 4-hour open and NYC. But I think at this point, not getting that push, this 1908 level is right there. Rather just take a break even. We can try again, you know? Nothing lost, nothing gained. Made 3 pips there. Beautiful. Hey, that's not bad. 3 pips. Some guys are happy with 3 pips, no lies. For some people, that's a TP. That's a W, chat. 3 pips. In the bag. Oh shit. Commission covered. Easy. Yeah, if this 30-minute candle at NYC can close above 1905, you know, still looking at those buy ideas, but I think at this point, safest buys are going to be above 1908. Fuck, man. It's choppy today, chat. It's very choppy. I never want to be in a situation where I'm umming and ahhing about trades. You know, I want to have complete conviction in my trades, and this kind of price action, it'll eat you alive. So, you know, you have to be selective. You have to be aware. You have to take note of market conditions. Today, market conditions are not amazing. Really not amazing. That might even be the day, to be honest. Still a W. If you had your stop at 1905, you might have survived. But that wasn't worth the risk for me. You know, I'd rather take the break even there. If nothing's setting up in the next 20 minutes, I'm gonna call it a day. W risk management, I would say that was pretty good. Nah. You know what I think is going to be best? You do this. This is going to be the best thing you can do for yourself today. And now you wait. Whichever side you see price come out, that's how you know you're going to take a trade in that direction. Just gotta wait, chat. Doesn't matter what happens in that range. It's irrelevant. The load shedding strategy. ESCOM pulled up. Let's see how we closed for NYC here. You see on the 15, you've had a fake out of 1905. I think we're still wanting to move down here, by the looks of things. Looks like we came up to grab some liquidity and start to move down now. Getting a push at NYC, that's a tough one. When you start to push at NYC, you know, last week at least, we saw those moves end up reversing. 30-minute closed bullish off of 1903, which, like I say, is a higher time frame rejection area. So NYC could even just be pulling back here to retest 1903 to still move bullish. That's why I say just fucking block this stupid range out. It's not worth it. Gold is wild today. Took US 30 sells, London open. Lovely. What's your study doing? Chalked. Ranging here on the higher time frames. That was nice, yeah. That was solid. Solid trade. If your 15 can close below the support, we're looking good here for that wick fill. I would still like to see something on the 5, like a biltong or a pullback to 1903, 1902.5. You've also got 1900 right here. So if this candle closes a weak bullish candle, still below 1902, then that's kind of what I would have wanted to see for some sort of entry. And then I'm looking at something like this. Let's kiss 1902. Tricky situation today. Pretty tricky situation. This even, like I said, NYSE gave you a push straight off the bat to the downside here. If you're breaking back above 1903, you know, this could just be NYSE coming to tap 1900 to grab liquidity to move up. But if we're holding below 1903, then I'm still on board with this wick fill idea. This 5 is closing pretty much how I would like to see. We're all over the place here. I'm rather going to wait for a 5-minute to close below 1900. At that point, I may miss the move, but you know what? Today is choppy. I don't mind missing something today. So yeah, that is what I wanted to see, but I'm not convinced. And I don't really want to click the sell button right at 1900 without a candle closing bearish. Yeah, that's tough. I'm not convinced. I think this could be NYC pulling back to 1900 to still move up. It's just too choppy today. No top wick on the 15. Yeah, on TradingView there is, but yeah, I saw on my broker there's not. Yeah, I think it's better we just play it safe. If this 5 could close just below 1900, that'll be perfect. Yeah, no rush. Yeah, I did say 10 minutes before NYC, I'll give it another 20 minutes. If there's nothing setting up, then I'll call it a day. So in the next 3 minutes, you know, this 5-minute candle is going to determine whether I take a trade or not. If we close below 1900, I'm looking at those sells. If not, I'm going to call it a day. Choppy session. Unless there's some monster volume that comes in out of nowhere, then today was just not it. Yeah, I think this was a pullback to test 1900 at NYC. I did say if the 15 closed below the support, we may look good to fill the wick. So yeah, I would have liked to have seen this 5 closing below 1900 for a more aggressive entry. That would have shown you that there was nice volume. Chad, it's done. You're back in this range. I think these are rejections at these lows still. I think NYSE gave you a push down here, grabbed a bit more liquidity from 1900. It's all over the place. Like I say, if you're umming and ahhing about trades, I think it's best to just walk away. Right now, you're literally back in this range. On the 5, this could be a fake out if you close bearish. Where did we close? Close below 1903. Let's see how this 5 closes. Because this was essentially our break and retest of 1903. I'll give it this 5-minute candle. If we close bearish, like I say, this could be the break and retest of 1903 as planned out. So see what happens there. But if you break above previous 5-minute, then we definitely back into this choppy range. Sorry, my bad. I was just saying, so, this 5 close very weak, wasn't enough of a confirmation there of resistance. If this 5 minute now closes bearish, that's going to give you a slightly better confirmation of a resistance being formed here at 1903. As you can see right now though, you're breaking above 1903. I think if you flip on this 30 minutes, you're probably gone. So initially I did want the buyers. They just, those ideas early on gave you a little bit of a push. Took a break even, which was definitely a good call. NYSE gave you a push straight off the back to the downside here, tapping into just shy of 1900, forming support here of 1900. I was anticipating the buyers today, and I thought that this was initially a rejection. The way the 5 minute candles are forming now, I still think that we'll most probably move up here, depending on how this 5 closes. But it's going to be tricky to take trades in this range. This would be very aggressive here. And regardless, this trade is gone anyway. Yeah, I think that's your volume coming in. Grabbed a lot of liquidity there at NYC from 1900, and from the news earlier on. You could still get these setups above 1908. Careful in this range. I think if you have enough volume, you shouldn't have too many issues in this range, but you want to most probably wait for a break above 1908. Maybe even something above 1905 if you can get a decent enough stop, decent enough setup. Looking to come up to maybe 1910. But yeah, I think that's gonna be me. I'm done, chat. See you guys tomorrow. Pretty choppy day, yeah, 1 break even. Well managed, but yeah, you gotta be patient, you gotta be selective. Market conditions just weren't on our side today. You might get a nice move up on the new hour candle. Sometimes those moves only really come in on the new hour. But nothing amazing lining up here for me. Still got a long week ahead, got FOMC meeting minutes tomorrow. I think tomorrow may be a slow day as we lead up to the FOMC meeting minutes in the evening. So yeah, let's just take it easy.